Well, oh boy, this is a rather confusing mess. And I know people might think preemptively, I'm trying to make Aaron look bad. No, he does a great job of making himself look bad. So what occurred? Well, I'm still not entirely clear, but apparently DOA was seeing something on his stream, and I haven't looked at that. And actually, that doesn't matter because what Aaron did was wondering why DOA was attacking the SPTV Foundation. And for a little bit, I will defend him. I think he had one valid point, but being Aaron, once he made that point, he should have just left things alone, but he kept going and going and going. So essentially, Liz Ferris and Laura, some of the very younger ex Scientologists who have been protesting in LA, whether they're effective, we'll put that to one side. I have a lot of questions and I'm very skeptical about both of them, but both Liz and Laura are the more active, younger part of the SPTV, whatever we're going to call it, community or whatever. So they were just talking, and unwisely, apparently, Laura just asked Liz, it seemed really friendly, just, oh, how are you doing with various treatments? And she says, oh, I'm doing good, this and this and this. And the SPTV Foundation, as Aaron revealed, was helping her out. But apparently, Liz and Laura were not positive enough, and Aaron had to bark on in and say, oh, no, no, we did a lot more than you're saying. And again, although I don't trust Aaron, and the SBTV Foundation, for the most part, is a scam, again, it is his foundation. Legally, I do think he has the right to correct misrepresentations. So, uh, he came on, he corrected a few details. Okay, so far, so good. And he could have just left, but no, instead, he kept staying on and haranguing, haranguing, haranguing. And at one point, Laura very explicitly asked if Liz was uncomfortable. Liz said yes, but Aaron kept going and going and going.
You see, you're hard to talk to, Aaron. No, you're hard to talk to when I love you, but when there's that 80%, no, when there's that 20%, no, when that I really want to say something, you really kind of reject me a lot or disagree too much where I can't even have the conversation with you.
Lara, I totally understand.
In this case is fine, but apparently the problem is Liz shared some of this information with DOA. And to be fair to DOA, and let's be very clear, DOA is a liar. He's a grifter. He's very toxic. So it could be DOA cynically used the information to make Aaron look bad. Or, this is totally possible, he just misunderstood what Liz was saying. Just because they paid for a part of her bills doesn't mean they weren't paying the rest. It's just they couldn't do it. There were various complications. DOA misunderstood what was happening, and that is it. Aaron came on, he corrected everything. There we are, but nope. Aaron had to stay on and basically badger and interrogate them, and that's what it was. He wasn't asking friendly questions. He was asking, now why were you talking to DOA about the secret? That money was given to you in the secret. This is a secret foundation. Yes, it's public. The public is you give me the money, but then I secretly give the money. You understand that, Liz, don't you? And so it just became very hostile very rapidly. And Laura was very frustrated that Aaron was assuming that Laura and DOA are working together to destroy the SPTV Foundation. And Laura very quickly and very explicitly said, no. DOA is doing what DOA does. I'm doing what I'm doing, and I don't even agree with what he's doing. But anyway, that's our private business. And no, she's not a fan of what is happening, but she doesn't like Aaron's response either. And Aaron is just puzzled because it's like, it's my foundation. I'm just correcting the record. I don't understand this. I'm just trying to get to the truth. Yada, 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 yada. But again, it seemed pretty clear that Liz was not comfortable where this was going. And from all we know, that is it. DOA and her had a conversation. It got into her health issues. She gave some information. Now, did Scott, DOA, use that information cynically against Aaron? We don't know. It could be he just didn't understand. I mean, it could be DOA was doing this sinister double, triple grandmaster chess move to make Aaron look bad, but no, it could just be like he misunderstood the information that the SPTV Foundation was paying some of her bills. They weren't paying the rest, and he assumed hostility, but it's like, no, it's just they weren't going to be able to pay for the rest of the bills. Anyway, Liz got some donations. Everything is fine. No need to panic. But then it just kept going and going and going and going. And it was getting so bad that Liz was on the verge of crying, and Aaron was just not affected. He was just like, I don't understand. I'm just asking questions. We're not in a cult. No, I just want to answer the questions, because some people may misunderstand. I have my beautiful foundation. Don't you understand? My foundation is under attacks now. I got to defend it. And yeah, I guess to some extent he does and should defend it, though he doesn't really clarify what this foundation is. He keeps making it seem like it's a charity. It is not a charity. It is basically his private corporation. And in this case, he was acting very generously. That is fine, but at the end of the day, it is basically a private corporation. It legally is marked not for profit. It's not a non-profit, it's not for profit corporation. Aaron may do a lot of fine phrases and jump around and do a lot of backflips, but basically it is just a private club. And this private club decided to be generous to Liz Ferris, but it's not a charity. It's not what happened. So it's kind of weird that Aaron accidentally kind of exposed how cultish his organization is, but he wasn't seeing that. Even when Lara was
your friends have been
crying.
trying to reach you for a while, and you don't answer phone calls, but you jump in the noise chat and you give her a bunch of crap today.
Aaron, okay, on that note, Aaron, when you say your friends have been trying to reach you, and the only people that reach me are Nora, the other Jane Doe from Danny Masters' case, and people who never talk to me, but only did when we're arguing or there's some disagreement with the person I'm with, that is not my friend, Aaron. Those aren't my friends. They're your friends for sure. I love them. They're amazing. But not when they come to reach out to me when me and you have a disagreement, apparently.
Understanding, some miscommunication. The miscommunication was handled, as it were, and okay, we're done. But no, Aaron was just kept interrogating, and it's like, there may not be anything here. So it's kind of disturbing on many levels that if you do get money from the SPTV Foundation, it's not free. It seems like a gift, looks like a gift. It's not a gift. Apparently, there are strings attached. And you better understand that Aaron will now expect you to do propaganda, which Liz did. She was praising the foundation, but apparently you got to do the right kind of propaganda. And if you don't, Aaron is going to get very upset, and he's going to demand that you answer some questions. I'm not sure he understands how gifts work. If gifts are with strings attached, they're not really gifts. So why Aaron thought he is making himself look good, I don't know. It seems like he's a little delusional in his own little sphere, saying, we're such good people. We're giving out the money. I'm not keeping the money, guys. I'm not hoarding the money. I'm giving away the money. I'm like Santa Claus. No, you're not. Apparently the money, yes, will be given for good reasons, but basically you're acting like a dictator. And if you don't act a certain way, you're going to get really angry. So there you go. Word to the wise. You can take the money, but Aaron's going to demand something in return. So don't be under any illusion. It's not really a free gift in any real sense. So, and again, Liz did take the money, so she's very corrupt, and she should have understood that. But I understand. She's in a lot of pain, and she needs a lot of help. But when you take that money with Aaron, any kind of money with Aaron, you got to realize you're getting in bed with a very shady customer, and that is very clear from this conversation.